These are all easy and cheap soup kitchen dishes. Roasted potatoes / roasted roots. Chilies with rice. Curries with rice. Cabbage stew. Bean salads. Pasta with marinara sauce. Fried rice. Rice pilaf with refried beans. Roasted vegetables. Brain salads. Veggie burgers made from rice, onions, lentils and spices. Potato soup. Tomato soup. Corn chowder. Onion soup. Pumpkin soup. All soups really, they make a wonderful meal with bread and a brain or bean salad. Pasta bakes. Bread with bean spreads, beans plus spices plus herbs plus lemon juice, so cheap. Bean stews with different spices. The hell. Mashed potatoes, you don't need anything but the cooking water to make delish mashed potatoes, really, with different sauces. Japanese rice with toasted sesame seeds on top plus other delicious toppings. Warm pasta salads, roasted vegetables plus oil plus garlic plus herbs. Baked beans on toasted bread. Corn salad. Green bean salad made from frozen green beans. Salad with homemade croutons, mostly from dumpster or donated bread. Quick fry bread recipe. Makes 4 large biscuits. 1 cup all-purpose flour. 1 tsp baking powder. 1/2 tsp salt. Water enough to make into stiff dough. Mix all the above ingredients to form soft ball. Set aside while you well oil the skillet and let it heat. When skillet is hot, spoon 1/4 of the dough into the skillet. Carefully dip the spoon into the oil and use the hot spoon to flatten out the top of your biscuit to the desired thickness. When brown on bottom, turn over to brown the tops. Adjust the heat as needed to cook all the way through. Cashew tamari dressing. 1/4 cup vegetable oil. 1/4 cup crushed unsalted cashews. 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar. 3 tablespoons tamari. Combine all ingredients. Drizzle over salad. Enjoy. A cheesy egg. First take an egg, then you beat it. The trick is how slowly you heat it. In the pan, slow and low till it's custardy, bro. Then you add cheddar cheese. Then you eat it. Or try this. Wash but don't peel the potato. Dice it or shred on a grater. Fry it with bacon and onion, no bake in. The dish is delish, a top grater. Roasted salmon with sliced sweet potatoes and asparagus. When preparing entire meals in one skillet, it's important to utilize different techniques and divide ingredients amongst the surface. In this recipe, we will begin by utilizing the entire surface of a skillet to cook the potatoes. As we add more ingredients, we divide each area of a pan until we finally have 3 distinct cooking areas for each ingredient. This entire dish is cooked in the oven, adding our ingredients at different intervals to ensure each item is cooked appropriately. 1 sweet potato, diced. 2 tablespoons oil, salt, cracked pepper, 1 salmon fillet, 1 handful fresh asparagus, a half lemon. Preheat oven to 425 degrees F. Lay out potatoes into single layer in the skillet. Drizzle with oil and season potatoes with kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper. Toss to coat evenly. Add skillet to oven and roast potatoes 20-25 minutes. Meanwhile, coat the salmon fillet and asparagus in a thin layer of remaining oil and season lightly with salt and pepper. Remove skillet from oven, push potatoes to one side and add salmon, flesh side down to the surface of a skillet. Return skillet to oven and roast 3-4 minutes. Remove skillet from oven, flip salmon, and place to the side to create room for asparagus. Add asparagus to the skillet and drizzle the juice of a half lemon over the asparagus and salmon fillet. Return to oven and roast for another 5-7 minutes, or until asparagus is tender and salmon is cooked through. Remove entire skillet from oven and plate. Eat. As most familiar with Dogen's instructions to the Tensho no, the cook is considered to be the most important person in the monastery because he is responsible for the welfare of all the other monks. Like Dogen, Roshi Tetsujin Glassman believes that one of the most useful metaphors for life is what happens in the kitchen. Indeed, Zen masters call a life that is lived fully and completely, with nothing held back, the supreme meal. When 13th century Zen master Dogen asked the Zen cook in the Chinese temple why he didn't have his assistants do the hard work of drying mushrooms in the hot sun, the cook said, "I'm not other people." In the same way, we have to realize that this life is the only life we have. It's ours, right now. If we don't do the cooking ourselves, we are throwing our life away. Keep your eyes open, Dogen instructs. Wash the rice thoroughly, put it in the pot, light the fire, and cook it. There is an old saying that says, "See the pot as your own head, see the water as your lifeblood." When we cook and live with this kind of attention, the most ordinary acts and the humblest ingredients are revealed as they truly are. Handle even a single leaf of a green in such a way that it manifests the body of a Buddha. This in turn allows the Buddha to manifest through the leaf. Transformation. Cooking, like life, is about transformation. When we cook, we work directly with the elemental forces. We work hard to prepare the food. We wash the rice, knead the bread, and break the eggs. We measure the ingredients carefully. We mix, stir, blend. But then we have to wait. We have to let fire and water transform the food we've prepared. But we also have to keep an eye on things. We have to be aware of what is going on. For the Zen cook, the old adage, "A watched pot never boils," is only half true. We leave the lid on the pot most of the time. But we also lift the lid every once in a while to taste the food. The Zen cook follows the middle way. We have faith that the soup is coming along, but we still check now and then. The accomplished Zen cook is something of an alchemist. He or she can transform poisons into virtues. The Zen cook doesn't do this by adding a secret ingredient, but by leaving something out. The Zen cook leaves out attachment to the self. For example, anger is considered a poison when it's self-motivated and self-centered. But take that attachment to the self out of anger and the same emotion becomes the fierce energy of determination, which is a very positive force. Take the self-centered aspect out of greed and it becomes the desire to help. Drop the self-orientation from ignorance, and it becomes a state of unknowing that allows new things to rise. Ingredients. How do we find the ingredients? We simply open our eyes and look around us. We take the materials that are at hand, right in front of us, and prepare the best meal possible. We work with what we have in each and every moment. Our body is an ingredient. Our relationships are ingredients. Our thoughts, our emotions, and all our actions are ingredients. The place we live, the leaves that fall, the haze around the moon. Use everything. Our natural tendency is not to use ingredients we think might ruin our meal. We want to throw them away or maybe move them way back on the shelf, out of sight, behind everything else. Take the ingredients we think are going to ruin our meal and figure out how to use them so that they improve it. If something doesn't seem to work as a main course, for example, it might become an appetizer or a dessert. You can't just say, "I don't want it to be like that. I'll leave it out on the table." That's a kind of denial. It's going to be there, whether you like it or not. Take a group of people starting a new company. Their first step might be to take an inventory of their gifts. But if you decide you don't want the gifts one person has, you could be creating a problem because his or her gifts are part of a company. In any case, that person's gifts will wind up getting used because they are part of a person. The question is how to use them. If you don't find a way, the person will end up jealous or resentful or bored. The unused gifts will wind up working to rot the company from the inside. Let's say, for example, that someone is aggressive, but that energy might be just what's needed for certain difficult jobs dealing with recalcitrant bureaucrats, for example. Or perhaps someone is so preoccupied with details that they are unable to see the larger picture. You wouldn't put that person on your 5-year planning committee, but they might be perfect as an accountant keeping track of daily receipts. Sometimes it might seem that we can't find a way to use someone's particular qualities, which may seem toxic or harmful to our goal. In that case, we make a clear decision not to use their particular ingredient in the meal we are cooking. But we don't ignore or deny the ingredient. We acknowledge it, we're aware of it, we may even appreciate it in another context. But we just decide to use zero amount of it at the moment. Cleaning kitchen is cleaning mind. Right now, right in front of us, we have everything we need to begin. Usually when we want to begin a new project, whether it be a new business or a new relationship or a new life, we're in a hurry. We want to jump right in and do something, anything. But the Zen cook knows that we can't prepare a meal if the kitchen is cluttered with last night's dishes. In order to see the ingredients we already have in our lives, we need to clear a space. Clean the chopsticks, ladles, and all other utensils, Dogen advises. Handle them with equal care and awareness, putting everything back where it naturally belongs. So we always begin by cleaning. Even if the kitchen looks clean, we still have to clean it again each time we want to start a new meal. It's like taking a glass from the cupboards. We wipe it off before giving it to a guest. The cleaning process itself changes the cook as well as the surroundings and the people who come into those surroundings, whether we're in a Zen meditation hall, a living room, a kitchen, or an office. That is why so much emphasis is placed on cleaning in a Zen monastery. The process of cleaning also allows us to discover the ingredients that are already in this space. We begin to see the ingredients we already have. Before we start to reclean the shelves, for instance, we have to take out the jars. In doing so, we see all the jars we have, and find that some are empty, some are almost empty, and others are full. We find out what we don't need, what we have too much of, what's been spoiled, and what needs to be thrown away. Of course, cleaning is an ideal that is never satisfied. Therefore, because we can't fully clean, what we have left becomes part of the ingredients of each new meal. Because we can't clean that glass, our new actions are preconditioned by that dirty glass. So we practice to make each new action as clean and unconditioned as possible. Cleaning the mind. Our lives work the same way. Just as we start cooking a meal by cleaning the kitchen, it's helpful to start the day by cleaning our mind. In Zen Buddhism, we clean the mind by the process of meditation, or Zazen, which literally means just sitting. For me, Zazen is an activity like sleeping, eating, drinking, and going to the bathroom. If I don't take care of these natural functions, I will feel a difference in myself. The basic ingredients are very simple. A space to meditate in. A cushion or chair to meditate on. And your body and mind. Choose a time of day when your chances of being interrupted are minimal. Early morning, before most people have gotten up, for example. Find a space that is quiet, not too dark or too light, and where you are not likely to be disturbed. If necessary, close the door. Make the space aesthetically pleasing. Depending on your taste, include an inspiring image, or a natural object, such as a beautiful rock or flower. Candles and incense are optional as well. Wear comfortable, non-binding clothes. Assume a comfortable position, back erect and without tension. Do not lean against the wall or the back of a chair. Let your eyes remain half closed, half open, lightly resting on a spot on the floor approximately 3 feet in front of you. This will allow your eye muscles to relax while you keep an alert state of mind. Place the tip of your tongue at the top of your palate, behind your top front teeth. Keep your mouth closed and breathe through the nose. Concentrate on your breathing. Notice inhalation and exhalation. As you inhale, count 1. As you exhale, count 2. Continue to 10 and then repeat, from 1 to 10 again. As thoughts arise, let them come and go. Keep your attention on the counting. When you notice that thoughts have distracted you and you have lost your count, gently return to the counting. Start over at 1. Continue for a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 30 minutes. Repeat daily, or at least once a week.